We're in West Virginia right now visiting some of my family.
And we are headed home back to Virginia, but the foliage is so pretty around here, and we saw a lot of overlooks on the way off the highway when we came here, so we're hoping to spend the day going through some of the overlooks on the way home to Virginia. We made an essential pit stop on the way.
This is actually the Dairy Queen where my parents met.
For our first stop, we're headed to Cooper's Rock State Forest, which is near Morgantown, West Virginia. And there apparently is a really pretty overlook right off of the parking lot when you enter the state forest. We've never been there, but since we're going to pass it on the way home, we're certainly going to check it out.
Clearly, everyone had the same idea as us because Cooper's Rock was super busy when we got there. We managed to find one of the few parking spots left before making our way to the overlook.
Cooper's Rock State Forest is about 20 minutes east of Morgantown, West Virginia. Cooper's Rock State Forest gets its name from a legend about a fugitive who hid from the law near what is now the Overlook. A Cooper by trade, he continued making barrels at his new mountain hideout, selling them to people in nearby communities. He apparently lived and worked in the forest for several years. This sounds like a cool legend, but we are unsure as to how he had a lucrative business if he was in hiding. Regardless, it makes for an interesting namesake. The main overlook offers 360-degree views of the Cheat River and Cheat Canyon. You can also see Morgantown off to the west.
There's a tiny store nearby with some souvenirs and snacks. They also have a picnic area and bathrooms near the main overlook. Our next stop was Rocky Gap State Park in Flintstone, Maryland.
We saw this on our way to West Virginia earlier this weekend and saw that there's a really pretty lake, so we decided to stop by and check it out. Rocky Gap State Park is a public recreation area with a resort and casino. This park, as well as the other stops we'll be making in this video, is right off of Interstate 68. To get here, you'll just take exit 50. The park offers water recreation, camping facilities, and hiking trails. So about 5 miles down from the Rocky Gap State Park area is an overlook called Zumbrun Overlook that looked beautiful from what we saw online, but it was a little interesting to get here.
Yeah, it's a bit sketchy, very narrow road at times, and you just feel like you're in the middle of nowhere.
And we're pretty much the only ones here, so hopefully we don't really encounter any nefarious type people. But we're going to check out this overlook, see what it's all about. Zumbrun Overlook is part of the Green Ridge State Forest. The overlook is named after Francis Zumbrun, who was a forest manager and a Maryland Ranger. There's a tree in the dead center of the overlook, which reminded us of a Bob Ross painting. We're not sure of its significance, but if anyone does know, feel free to share in the comments.
The overlook sits on Polish or Polish Mountain, we're not sure on the pronunciation, and it is said to overlook parts of Maryland, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia.
We're getting paranoid because we're just by ourselves and we hear creepy noises in the woods, so overlook was great, but I think we're going to peace out.
Things are a little too spooky right now.
Yep. last overlook. Right off of exit 64, there's this scenic overlook. There are public bathrooms here as well, and we are the only ones here once again.
To get to the overlook, you walk behind this building and walk a few hundred feet down a paved path. It was a cloudy day, so the foliage didn't really stand out, but the sun was setting, which made the sky look very pretty. So that's it for the overlooks.
We are going to head home now. It's after 5, so it's getting darker. We have about 2 hours until we get home, but we're really glad that we could break up our drive home because it's about like 4 hours and see all the beautiful scenery that West Virginia and Maryland have to offer. And thanks so much for watching.
Bye.